All right, welcome to another video. Today we're going to try to do a little short one. This one is based on Genesis chapter 32, and basically this is going to be more about a personal, your own personal stuff. So let's start in verse 9 of Genesis chapter 30, Genesis 32. We'll start in verse 9. It says, "Then Jacob said, O God of my father Abraham and God of my father Isaac, the Lord who said to me, return to your country and to your family, and I will deal well with you. I am not worthy of the least of all the mercies and of all the truth which you have shown your servant. For I crossed over this Jordan with my staff, and now I have become two companies. Deliver me, I pray, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau. For I fear him, lest he come and attack me and the mother with the children. For you said, I will surely treat you well and make your descendants as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered for multitude." All right. This video is all about our own personal stuff. Each of us have our own troubles. We each know our weaknesses. We each know our strengths. Jacob understood that he understood his weakness, his fearfulness. He realized he was afraid of his brother. He remembered what his brother said he would do. And he was afraid that now his brother's going to make good on his part, that his brother's going to actually kill him. So with that in mind, he's crying out to Yah. He's saying, Yahweh, you promised me this is how it was going to go. You gave me your word, and I believe your word, and I trust your word. But now I face this, and I'm fearful, and I'm afraid. What do I do? All right. And it didn't say that Yah really answered him right away. Yah just moved silently, fixed the problem. Okay. Whether he told Esau something, we don't know. It's not written down. Okay. But the thing is, each of us knows our strengths and our weaknesses. Each of us understands that there's some battles we just cannot fight. There's some battles we don't know how to face, and we need some help. And this is where, being real with yourself comes in handy. You can lie to other people. You can front and pretend like everything is good and everything is okay and you got it all together. You can do that at work. You might can do that to an extent with your family. But there's some things that Yah, when you get alone with Yahweh and you're real with him and you say, I can't do this. This is something that is too hard for me. I'm struggling here. I'm about to crash out. I'm about to do something stupid. I'm about to, I feel like I'm losing my faith. I feel like I'm losing this battle. And you have to get to a point where you are real, getting real with Yahweh. And Yah loves that. That's what he wants from his people. He doesn't want his people to pretend like everything's good when their world is falling apart. He expects when your world is falling apart that you'll run to him. You'll cry. You'll do whatever in his presence. And then he will help pick you up, put you back together, and keep you on this journey. Because that's what Yahweh wants more than anything. He wants to keep us on this journey. And there's everything trying to derail us, trying to push us off the path, trying to cause us to sin, trying to cause us to give up, to be quiet, to conform, to do what everyone else is doing, to think like everyone else and fall in line, But Yah is saying, I know. And if you just give it to me, Even if I don't say anything, I'll show you what I can do. Okay? And it's something that we need to understand and get real about ourselves. Because once we're real with ourselves and we're real with Yah, He can work with that. He can work with that. And it's making me think about the guy who was at the it was in the New Testament, in the Gospels. You know, Yeshua was talking about a parable where he was saying, you know, there was a wealthy publican and a sinner. And the publican, you know, was like, hey, I'm glad I'm not like a sinner like this guy over here. While the sinner was over there beating his chest, and he was in turmoil, repenting, asking for forgiveness. He knew he was a sinner. He realized, hey, I can't do this by myself. And that's where Jacob is right now. Jacob is that sinner that's saying, Yah, I know I don't deserve any of your mercies. I don't deserve any of your grace. I don't deserve your help. I know what I've done. I know who I am. I know what I am. But here I am. Here's my problem. What can we do? Okay. And we'll go from there, you know. But I want us to take a moment and just be real with ourselves and do a real deal gauge, hard look at our life, at our circumstance, where we're strong, where we're weak, those weak areas. We need to start crying out to Yah and just being real with Him and just saying, I can't do this. I'm struggling right here. This is harder than I thought. This is not working like I thought. It's not looking like I thought it should look. Help me, be with me. You know, that's what Yah wants us, and that's all I want to say for today. You know, we have this crazy weather advisory, and we have been I've been running. I come from Chicago, heading down to Florida, and I drove and drove and drove out of fear. I'm just north of Atlanta right now, and it's about 50 degrees. It was -1 when I left Chicago. Trying to get out of the way of this storm, trying to race it, beat it down, and y'all enjoy the rest of your Shabbat, and stay warm. Talk to y'all in the next video. Have a great one.